In my view, project managers should not be just limiting themselves using AI, using ChatGPT alone. It is just not enough generating documents, creating ideas through the help of prompt. We need to go beyond that. And one of the things you can explore is creating agents. You can create agents to automate some of your work, also involve some amount of intelligence so that agent can make some decisions. And also you can think about how can you provide agentic solution in the solutions which you are building. So as a project manager, for example, if you are creating a customer relationship management system, you can probably start thinking, how can I provide agent inside the CRM system? Now to start visualizing it, here I am sharing one demo creating an agent using make.com. Why choosing make.com? Because it's freely available to play with. Yeah, you can create your free account and create two scenarios, active two scenarios. You can do some things so that which is good enough for learning. And the another thing is it's relatively easy to work with because it's pretty much UI oriented. My goal is not to convert project managers into the developers. My objective here is to make project managers start thinking in the solutioning mindset rather than only focusing on user mindset when they are using AI enabled tools. I am Saket Bansal. I have been teaching project program management to the project managers for more than 15 years. So let's look into the content which I prepared using make.com. So this is something I prepared yesterday. It took me around 2 hours and I did it with the help of ChatGPT. That's something I did and you can also do it. So first I'm showing you what I made, what is like a business case, and then we get into the details. So I created an automatic agent who can respond to project related email queries. Yeah. So you get a query in the email, a designated email. Agent looks into the information which is available to the agent, decide which source the agent should be using. And based on that information available, agent prepares the answer. And if agent is confident about the answer, the agent replies to the person who sent the query. If agent is not confident about the answer, it puts it somewhere and say, some senior person must look into it. That's it. That's a small agent. Now, how do we do that? In case of Make, you have these built-in modules. I can just add a Gmail module. So it's like I can connect my Gmail account here. I can provide filters. So here I added my Saket.Bansal Gmail account and I said you need to ready the only unread messages. I gave a limit of 10 and other things. And I said you focus on the subject where you get PRJ hyphen 01. Yeah, so I'm giving this idea. Don't read all other emails. Other emails you are not expected to process. You pick up the one which is coming with the PRJ01. And other things, I kept it on default, nothing more than that. You just need to pick up the information which is coming from a PRJ-01. Now, because of this module, the integration was easy. Now, this is the main part, make AI agent. Now here, first I need to, so we can say the email has been read and it is sent to the make AI agent. Now this agent first need to connect with some AI model. Yeah, so in the free account, they have a limited options. In a paid account, you have more options. So you can add the AI model here. In this case, I am using the default make AI model. If you have a paid version, you can choose Gemini and others as well. So I picked up. You also need to select which model you want to use for this AI model, which like small model, large model, or a medium model. So I picked up medium one. Reason being, I wanted to limit my token exchange as well. I know the large can probably provide a better response, but I just said, my case is limited. So I went with the medium model. Now, the instruction is the key. This is something which is the instruction for the model. So I'm saying read incoming mails related to the project, identify project code, understand the intent of the email, decide whether project data is required to answer the query. If required, use the get project info. I will explain get project info based on the tool's response, action required. If you can answer confidentially, generate a well-structured response, and then use a tool reply to the user. If you cannot answer, log unresolved query. These are specific words which we are used. And then this is how you need to answer. So these are like system instructions. The way you can understand is it's a default prompt which will go along with each email. Yeah. So email coming to me, yeah, to my email ID. The agent is the workflow agent, which we have in a make, is connected to it. It's reading my inbox. Yeah, whenever I process it, it finds the unread email, and this unread email is processed to this agent. Now, this agent is processing along with these instructions. Yeah, so these instructions got added. You can say these are the instruction, and on top of it, this is the email message. Now, where the email message goes in, yeah, as content to this model, in the make style, it goes with the help of the idea which we have here, input. Yeah. So in this particular facility where we are looking at the connection to our model, they have two areas. One is a system instruction, another is a input. So input is I can like click here and it will show me the input source. Like Gmail is reading something and these all input sources are available. So I can pick up. Yeah. So for example, I'm sending the name of the sender, the email ID of the sender, the subject we received, the date, and the full body text. Yeah, we can pick up the attachment and email IDs and other stuffs as well. But as of now, I'm not sending. I'm only sending this information to the model. Yeah, so that's something we can do. Now we can also specify if we have specific input files useful for help desk kind of system, which I am not using. Conversation ID is also not for my use because I am not doing a continuous conversation. Conversation ID is useful when you are already had one interaction and then you are doing second interaction. So model should not lose the previous thread. That's why we used to use conversion ID. But in this case, I have a single flow. So this is how we set the model. Now in the make.com, you have a knowledge you can add, you have a tools. Yeah. Tools are interesting stuff. So it's like this model can access these tools to perform their job. So in this particular case, I have added two Google Sheets, yeah, and one email ID as a tool. So one tool, which is like I add a tool, I say that you need to look into this Google Sheet. In this Google Sheet, I added project information. So this is a project status, this is a risk, and all those kind of stuff, which I added here. And in the another Google Sheet, I'm saying if you have an unresolved query, you can put it there. Yeah. So let me show you my Google Sheet. Yeah, because this is also a part of our system. And yeah, I do have some data from my yesterday's experiments, but you probably can see something to relate to. So this is my Google Sheet. So I created a pretty simple data that I put a project code, ID, type of information, milestone, risk, issues, some dates, some status, delayed and all. So I created these 20 records of my project status. And pending review is another sheet. Whenever the query is not resolved, the AI will put it here. Yeah, so that's the second action. So with the help of these two tools, I run this particular flow. The third tool is send an email. Yeah, so we have created the send an email. It explains that you can use this particular connection and you need to send an email to the place from email ID. So I'm connecting it to the receiver. I'm also putting a subject reply of the subject which you got before, and then I can let AI decide also. And for the content, I can give instruction, but here I am just becoming a little lazy. I say let AI decide whatever content it wants to fill. Yeah, so that's something is a Gmail module. In Google Sheet, the process is pretty simple. We need to connect the drive. We need to show the which sheet we should be using, what is the file, and then the sheet inside the file. These are the things which we define, yeah, and so that it can access that information there. Now you can see these things are given a name. So all these three tools has been given a name, and these names were used in the instruction. So when I instruct the model, I told what the model should be doing. Now, in this case, I just use a Google Sheet, but you can use more tools. For example, you can call a HTTP request. Say you have a published web service where more data is there. You can probably call your Supabase. Yeah. So say database, you have some orders which are available in the tables, and say the query is coming. Can you give me the status of this particular order? You want the agent to look into the database and particular table, search a query and say if the order is found and prepare the answer based on that. You can do all this. Yeah, you can connect multiple tables. There could be more than 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tools which you can add here so that your agent will be able to perform the job little better. Yeah, so that's the overall idea. Now, how it works. So I send an email to saket.bansal@gmail.com, and then I ask some information, I get a reply. That's the idea. That's the thing. And maybe if the model is unable to answer it, model flags it. Now I can make it run every 15 minutes and I can make it active. That's the one thing I can do. Then periodically it can keep fetching my Gmail and then keep replying. Yeah, so that's an active module. Or for a testing purpose, I am doing it only once because I remain worried about my free account uses. So I am just doing it here, but I can keep it as a open also. So let's do it. Yeah, let's try it out. So let me send email to my thing. So here I go to my email ID, the another one, Eisenbridge one, and I create a message. Yeah, so let me compose a message, and then I need to run the model because I'm not making model run automatically. So I can say I send it to saket.bansal@gmail.com. What happened here? Okay, so this is thing, and I'm putting say information like PRJ uh 01, say status of risk. Yeah. Can you tell me uh, all open risks for project PRJ01? Yeah, and I sent. That's the one query I have asked. Then again, as of now, the model is not running, so that the pilot is the workflow is not running, the agent is not active. So I just send an email. Now I can send another email also to the same thing. So we will see the two replies, or probably we will see one reply and we will say second one is flagged. And I can say PRJ01 and say budget information, and I can say what is the total budget of PRJ01? Yeah, that's something we can ask. So I asked two queries, yeah, and this goes to my agent. It's already in my inbox, yeah, hopefully. So if I go to my Gmail account, yeah, they will be visible there. That's anyway is obvious, yeah. So if I go to my Gmail account, these messages are visible, yeah. So they are coming. One is coming, another is coming. So it's there, yeah. So it's there because it's sent. Now I come back and look at my make. Yeah, so I am back here, and in this case, I am running it. Yeah, hopefully all credits and everything will work. So I say run once. So now the email is getting fetched. You can see a visual view, and agent is also thinking. Yeah, and agent got some information from project account. You can see this is getting little green. Yeah, so Google Sheet got accessed. Then yeah, agent is probably preparing the reply, and prepare the reply and reply to user. So reply has been sent. Yeah, so this thing has happened. Now, so this is done. One email got processed. I think now the second email is getting processed because we sent two emails. And now agent is thinking about the email and the instructions which we got. Again, went to Google Sheet. Yeah, and hopefully should log the issue now. Log the unresolved case. Yeah, it logged it. It says I can't handle it. That's it. Yeah. So it's like that your agent can keep replying, and you do have, like, if you use Java's like Jira Service Management, Atlassian Service Management, Jira Service Management, those kind of agent virtual assistant can be made. Any incoming emails can be processed, and the rule-based answers can be given, and the intelligent selection of the tools can also be given. So that's the same thing which we are simulating at a small level. Now, in order to debug, yeah, if you want to be little interested, so what I got as a reply, yeah, so probably if I go back to my inbox, I should get one reply at least. So that's something I can see. Yeah, so I got PRJ status of the risk. Yeah, so one reply came, but the budget status didn't come. So here there is a project risk. Again, I can format this better: geopolitical risk, open status, and then whatever the information is there, it is put it here. So I got a reply. Yeah, so someone asked your agent, or someone asked an email ID, and the agent is looking at that email ID. Agent looks at possible sources, apply reasoning. It's not a rule-based thing. You need to answer this for this email. You need to answer. It's a language processing. selecting the appropriate tools. That's the reasoning part of it. That's the intelligence part of the agent in a way, or mimicking intelligence part of the agent. So it select appropriate tools and draft the reply and send it back to the user. Yeah. And the one which is not answered went into the draft. We can send an email also that I cannot answer it automatically. Our support team will get back to you after 12 hours. That could also be a possible reply we can give. This all we can configure. Yeah. So we can extend it. We can do the things. Now, when you are using Make, yeah, you can also see this information like this. So it is showing you what happened in that particular execution. So you can see one input came, this was the email. Yeah. So you can do a debugging or a view here. So this was a message. Can you tell me about the risk of the project? Then there was a second bundle which came from the same email ID. What is the total budget of the project? So you can see, yeah, in the recent execution, this all has happened. Then you can also see what happened here in the AI space. So you know that this was an operation, this was the input, tool used was get project info, then agent was reasoning for 14 seconds, the way we see in a ChatGPT kind of things. So I need to respond to the user about this. So the limiting listing open risk of the project. So you can also see the reasoning part of the agent, and then prepare this, and also preparing the JSON call. So we can improve the preparation if needed. So this was the action of the agent. And then based on that, agent was thinking, agent response, agent prepared this particular response. Yeah. And that response went into the email. Yeah. You can also see instruction which we sent, yeah, to the agent. You can also see the input which went to the agent, which was mapped to that particular email ID. Yeah. So this way, you can see in detail how various project and data array and other things were used. So it helps you in visualizing how this thing was really working. Yeah. When you are doing as a development, you don't have to wait for the whole flow. In the agent space, you can also do a chat. Yeah. So you can initiate as an input of the agent by way of putting a chat. Yeah. And you can map these elements and put a chat, and that can also create a response. Yeah. So this way also you can put those information, and this information can run that particular agent. Yeah. I don't have to run the whole cycle from the email. For example, I don't have so many people sending email and I want to test it. So I can test these scenarios here only rather than going creating emails again and again. Yeah. So this is a small thing you can do. It will take around 2 hours of your time. And I believe this will create a good confidence in you about understanding the workflows and intelligent, or say mimicking intelligent workflow. You can call it agentic workflows, which can be used in real world as well. You can definitely, most of the chatbots are answering the live answers based on more or less the similar concept. Yeah, that's something which we learn. It could be an automatic email answering agent which you can prepare for your own uses, or you can just use it for the experimentation purpose. So this is something you can try it out. What you need is make.com account, which is free, and a chat GPT which can help you in configuring and understanding these topics or these tools.